honour a truly remarkable educator, a head teacher whose leadership, creativity and care and commitment have transformed not only her own school, but the lives of countless children, families and fellow professionals in her 35 years in education to date. Liz Webster's journey into teaching started thanks to a volunteering scheme at her sixth form college. Liz had never considered teaching before then, but the decision to volunteer every Wednesday at Sims Cross Primary School changed the trajectory of her life. Liz has always had her own effervescent style. There are pigtails under that hat. In those days, Liz was a dedicated punk rocker whose style emulated Susie and the Banshees, not the image of a teacher at the time. She immersed herself in the work experience over 2 years, and by the end had fallen in love with teaching, working with groups of children and creating vibrant displays all around the school. The head teacher at Sims Cross, surprised at first, told Liz, "You've changed my view of never judging a book by its cover," and even said she would employ her there and then. This set the tone for Liz's approach to education, open, focused on every learner, and with the desire to just make a difference. After several years of teaching, Liz became deputy head teacher at Aldingbourne Primary School in West Sussex in 1997, subsequently being appointed head teacher there in 2002. In a profession marked by constant change, her educational philosophy reflects resilience, vision, and deep commitment to her community. For Liz, though, Aldingbourne is more than just her workplace. It is part of her, and it is what she's most proud of in her career. The school's motto, learning to be the best that we can be, is not just painted on the walls. It is lived out daily. The moment you walk through the school gates, you're greeted by colour, laughter, and the unmistakable buzz of purposeful learning. Liz leads not from behind a desk, but from the playground, the classroom, or the sports field, often in costume, always smiling and always present. When I visited Aldingbourne last week, Liz was ready to teach PE, having been dressed as a number ninja earlier in the day. The children describe her as the craziest head teacher in the world and definitely the best. Her energy is boundless, her passion infectious, and her belief in every child unwavering. Learning at Aldingbourne is an adventure, rooted in creativity and a strong sense of belonging. Teachers and support staff feel valued, trusted, and supported, which is reflected in the school's exceptionally low staff turnover. This culture of care extends beyond the school gates. Liz embraces families as genuine partners in education. Her open door policy is not simply a slogan, but a daily practice. This ethos is rooted in relationships, respect, and collaboration. Liz encourages her children to see the Year 6 SATs week as showing off week, not as pressured outcome-focused tests, but as a chance to shine. Her approach to learning clearly works. Aldingbourne is ranked the 4th best primary school in West Sussex, with outcomes well above the county average. As a recognised national leader of education, Liz has supported school improvement across the region, with Aldingbourne regularly featured for bold innovations, such as a breakfast club on a double-decker bus parked on the school grounds. Liz co-authored the acclaimed hands-on teaching resources and co-developed the government-approved phonics scheme Song of Sounds with her colleague Sue Reid, who joins us today. From its humble beginnings as a simple classroom rhyme, Song of Sounds, first published by HarperCollins and now self-published, has reached schools nationally and internationally and continues to grow. Liz's influence stays with her learners well beyond their time at primary school. She often receives emails from former pupils, now in their 30s and 40s, sharing life milestones and thanking her for the joy, confidence and opportunities she gave them. Generations of student teachers have also been inspired by Liz's creativity and energy, carrying her influence into classrooms across the country and beyond. She has shared her expertise through guest lectures here at the University of Chichester over many years, hosting countless teaching placements and mentoring students at Aldingbourne for more than 2 decades. Liz's leadership reflects the university's mission to provide outstanding education, advance knowledge, and benefit the world. She exemplifies our vision of a Chichester teacher, a skilled and knowledgeable professional, an inspirational role model, a reflective practitioner, and a confident, responsible leader. Through all of this, though, Liz remains humble. When I told her of this award, she insisted she's not doing anything special. She was just doing her job. And she's described receiving this award as mind-blowing. Her Vice Chair of Governors told me the same thing, saying, it's just what she does. She doesn't like a fuss. But today, Liz, we do make a fuss. We celebrate you because your contribution to education over the last 3 decades has been extraordinary. You really do make a difference. Chair of Governors, in recognition of an outstanding and ongoing contribution to education, it is with the greatest pleasure that I present to you Miss Liz Webster, the Honorary Master of Education of the University of Chichester.
Say the word. I confer upon you Honorary Master of Education of the University of Chichester. Congratulations.
Wow. Can I move that down? Not sure what to say, really. Got a bit of paper, just in case. First of all, guys at the back, well done! I am slightly blown away by what's happening, and I'm incredibly honoured to receive this award. Rebecca, thank you for those gorgeous words. They're unbelievable. And what is unbelievable is me stood here receiving this amazing award. Because I'm going to tell you something now. When I did my, what were GCSEs and O-levels, they were awful. When I did my A-levels, they were even worse. And let's not talk about my degree. So to be standing here and being given an honorary master's from the University of Chichester, it's insane. It really is. But thank you. But you know what? I've been in the education system for 35 years, and it's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure. I love my job so much. I absolutely do. It's not a chore, it's an honour. To work with children, young adults, teachers, it's just incredible. And I have loved every single minute of it. And I love it because it's one job where you can make a difference. What you do when you go out of this beautiful cathedral matters. When you start working in the education system, guys, it really matters. And I think that's what happened with me. I left secondary school and I went into the education profession, and people supported me and they made a difference to my life. 2 of them are sat at the front. They made a difference. They made me what I am. And that's what you've got to do. Children are incredible. They are just full of joy, they're full of laughter, resilience, and every day in my school they remind me that what I do matters. They remind me that education isn't about exams and books. It's more about creating characters. It's about creating children for the future, adults of the future. This sounds really, really corny, what I'm about to say. But when you go into the education system, you are planting the seeds that are going to grow the future generation. You are lighting the fires, guys, that won't go out. And it's dead cheesy, isn't it? But it's true. You are going to go out and you've got to make a difference. And when you do make a difference, the feeling inside you is unbelievable. When you get that little person in front of you and you know you've made a difference, you just feel great. And I want to finish by sharing something that I carry in my purse every day. Because sometimes I have rubbish days. We all do. And sometimes the education system drives me insane. But I'll read this. Because this is from a year 6 little boy who left me, I don't know how many years ago. And it's a little card. Take that stuff to read. And it just says, we could all have just a sprinkle of joy that is you, then the world would be a better place. But then it says this inside. Dear Liz, that's me. Well, where do I start? I don't actually think that there's enough words to explain just what a wonderful and special human you are. In our house, we celebrate being unique and are not afraid to be ourselves. Eli is the most unique, special person, and to have you as the driving force behind his primary school experience was such a huge gift. To have a role model in our son's life every day, so vibrant and positive, fun and unique, has helped Eli stay confident in who he is. This means everything to us because happy, confident children are all that really matters. I read a quote not so long ago, and it really reminded me of you and what you bring to this school every day. It said, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Thank you so much for being our sunshine. We'll never forget our time at Oldingbourne School, and we'll never forget you. Guys, go out and be someone's sunshine. Go out and make a difference. Thank you.